Hey there, it's Liza King with the Liza King team at Keller Williams, or as a lot of you know me as Liza with a C from my radio days. But let's talk today about credit scores because it is so important to have a good credit score in order to be able to purchase a home or furniture or many other things. But primarily you want a great score in order to buy a home. So a couple of myths that have come up. Myth number one, paying off all my debt will improve my credit score. Well, no. Closing your accounts can sometimes be counter-effective because one of the things in determining good credit is if you can manage your balances. What is the balance supposed to be? Well, it should be utilized at 30% or below. So for example, and make numbers easy, let's say that you have a credit card that your max availability is $1,000. You should never have it above $300. I know that's not a lot. You're like, well, if I can spend $1,000, why can't I max it out at $1,000? Well, you can, but if you're going to go for a mortgage, this is what credit people look at. They want to make sure that you can manage your accounts. So having it below 30% is favorable. Myth number two, going back to the maxed out credit cards. Maxed out is better. No, maxed out is never best because they're going to think that, and I'm talking about lenders again, they're going to think that you don't know how to manage your accounts. And remember, the more maxed out you have them, the more interest you're going to be paying if it's an interest-bearing account that keeps charging you every month. If you look at your statements, you might owe $1,000, but every month it's going to be okay. So by the time you finish paying this off, it's going to be $1,500 or $1,800. So maxing out your accounts is never good. Myth number three, if I freeze my accounts, that's going to make my score go up. No, that's another myth. Freezing your accounts through the credit bureaus only means that a lot of people cannot go in there and pull your credit. So if you are going out to get a mortgage, you have to unfreeze them. Freezing your accounts would be so nobody can go in there and pull hard credit if you're scared or if you have had maybe some fraudulent activity on them. So freezing accounts does not raise your credit score. It just freezes the ability for people to go in, creditors specifically, to go in and look at your credit report. Another myth is if you pay off judgments, liens, or any of those derogatory things, that's going to raise your score and it's going to be deleted. Again, not true.
Oops, deleted.
That is a myth. It will stay on your report for 7 to 10 years. What's a better option? Well, there are some things that you can call on your creditors and say, you know, I'll pay this for deletion, but make sure that you get an email from them first that it says, if I pay off this account, you will delete it completely from my credit bureaus. And the last myth for credit scores is every credit check is going to affect my score. Not necessarily. So there are two different kinds of credit pulls. There's a hard pull and a soft pull. A hard pull is going to affect your credit scores. Now, if you're shopping for a mortgage and you do it within a certain time, the credit bureaus are going to say, oh, they're shopping for a mortgage. So they might not ding you as much, but a hard pull is a hard pull and they're going to ding you a little bit. A soft pull is a little bit different. Let's say that you already have credit with Dillard's and maybe they're thinking, oh, she manages or he manages his credit really well and we want to increase their limit. So they might do a soft pull because they're already a vendor and they're already one of your creditors rather, and so they're doing a soft pull to give you more credit. And those are a few of the myths when it comes to credit scores. Now, let's talk about some facts. If I pay down and close all my accounts, that's going to improve my score. Oh, yes and no. you probably want to talk to your lender first. Paying down, absolutely yes. It's going to help your credit score go up. Why? Again, we're talking about the utilization. If your credit limit is 1,000 and you have it at 300, that's going to help you tremendously. They want to see that you can manage your money, okay? Let's talk about fact number 2. So pulling your credit constantly is a good thing because you want to see what you're doing. Well, again, no. Going back to the myth about all pulls are bad. If you're doing a soft pull or your creditors are doing a soft pull, that's not going to affect it as much as if it's a hard pull. Let's talk about another fact about credit scores. Another fact is that there are 5 primary factors that will determine your credit score. Let's start with fact number 1. Fact number 1 is a 35% payment history. They want to know that you have a good payment history. 35% of that. That's what's going to affect your credit score. They want to know, and again, going back to the utilization, that you have 30% credit utilization, that you don't go above that, or 50 or 75, or that you're at your max that you can spend. 15% of length in credit history. How long have you had accounts open or closed? And, that's going to affect also your credit score. So another one is 10% of mixed credit. Diversification. So if you only have a mortgage and a car loan, that's not a lot of mixed credit. They want to see that you have maybe retail credit or revolving credit. So those are different types of credits that you can have that also affect your credit score. And of course, the final one is new inquiries and new credit. 10% of new credit and inquiries affects your credit score. So if you have any questions about the myths and the facts of credit score, give me a call, write to me, email me. I do have a wonderful program that I've spoken about before. It's called Credit Up. It's not a credit repair company, so it's not going to charge you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and they don't do anything to help your credit. But it is a wonderful way to go in, pull your own credit and find out what it's doing, and then the robot Max is going to spit out letters to help you improve your credit score. Hit me up, be happy to help you, and if you have any questions, as always, I'm always here to help you. Z out.